4 years ago.
Okay.
Was our first hive. Now actually, Shannon's, my wife's parents, for Christmas got the first hive, and that's what started this madness.
Oh, what a cool Christmas present. That's awesome.
So it only wanted, just one or two, and now it sort of gets addicting. Or like yesterday, we caught a swarm, just right over here. I saw them going into action while I was mowing, so I had to stop and catch them. But so yeah, it's been just learning as we go.
What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from beekeeping?
Just patience. I mean, they're all bees. People, when they hear bees, they think they're coming after you to sting, and it's not. They're after their job right now. They're bringing in nectar and pollen, to raise young to bring in all the honey so they can survive the winter, and hopefully if there's excess, then we'll pull some to enjoy for ourselves. But they're really gentle for the most part. I mean, they're busy taking care of their business, and they're not, after you to, because, if they sting you, their life is done.
When you tell people that you keep bees, how do they normally react?
Well, I'm generally pretty positive. I think it's really growing these last few years. Actually, at our meeting we had this week, there were tons of new faces, which is exciting because the bees need help. I mean, they're battling the varroa mite and some other diseases out there that there's not really a cure. And so, there's ways to treat them to sort of combat the problem. But without bees, I don't know that any of us would be here. So we definitely need more local beekeepers.
Yeah.
And, it's just great. It's nature's, perfect sweetness.
So what does your typical day as an apiarist look like with your bees?
Well, I work a full-time job, so typically in the spring you really need to pay attention to them. So try on the weekends to get in and inspect them, see how they're doing, if they need any food, or need to add more boxes so that they won't swarm on you. So the queen thinks she's got enough space to keep going. So really on the weekends, try to inspect and make sure, eliminate swarming. Mm-hmm. And then if you need more room, for honey supers and stuff, so they can continue to bring in that nectar.
So are your bees native to Tennessee, or how do you get your bees?
Yes. So we've actually caught some swarms that I think that are wild, but I did start by down in Madison, Johnson's honey farm. Okay. So that's where he sells Italian bees. Okay. And that's where I got some bees from him. Cool. So yeah, several local places that you can get. So getting them real close is going to be beneficial because they're already adapted to the environment.
So what kind of things do you add to your honey, if anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Now I have played last year, at the festival. It was pretty popular. I smoked some honey, so I enjoy smoking, barbecue and pork tenderloins and all that. So I did smoke honey, so that was a pretty treat that we did. But I intend to try some hot honey this year and add some peppers from the garden to do that. But nothing, it's all straight from the hive, besides playing around with some of these new additions here.
How can the community, whether it be right here in Orlinda or in Middle Tennessee, how can the community support you better in being a beekeeper?
Helping the pollinators. So all the weeds and stuff that come up, the bees can pollinate and do all that. And they started, I think, last year, and this past, from them seeing the population growth of bees. Now, I don't know how many local beekeepers they've got in that area, but it was a pretty neat. So I've sort of taken that up by not bush hogging our fields right now, and might do a no bush hog May, and let all the weeds and the flowers and wildflowers and stuff come out. But just something simple like that.
In your opinion, what is the most difficult thing about beekeeping?
Just sort of understanding the bees, because I split two this past weekend, thought I had them under control, and this week we've caught 3 swarms. Now only one is ours. I think 2 of the others are wild swarms from around other areas in the county, but it's tough to stay on top of them. I mean, I think just with more knowledge and stuff, like anything these days, you can YouTube and watch, and there's some people that have been doing it a really long time that can aid, especially newcomers.
Yeah.
Trying to do that, but like local meetings, just I mean, people are willing to share information to help you out.
Yeah.
And it's really rewarding.
Yeah.
For sure.
To that, what is the most rewarding component of beekeeping?
I mean, right here.
Yeah.
You know, honey is fantastic. And, you know, just like y'all started the honey festival a few years ago, I mean, just going and visiting other people and beekeeping community and sharing just, you know, that pure sweetness that's out there, you know, from all different areas and the flavors that you get from every county to county. It's really amazing how much, you know, what we created last year will never be duplicated because of, you know, nature and what's blooming and what gets frosted on, and, you know, don't have that nectar pulled in this year. So it's always changing, which is interesting to see what the new flavor of the season will be.
Yeah. The family business,
the
right?
The kiddos usually play with the bees a little bit more often than Mama over there.
Yeah.
But yes, they definitely helped me with getting ready for the festival. That was quite an event.
Yeah.
To get ready and prepared for that. But I think it was a good learning process, and they enjoyed it.
Have people come to get honey from the festival that you met there? Have people like reached
Right.
back out?
Yeah, or we've met them, or just people, you know, even, you know, from church or friends, and they hear about that. They're like, oh, I want to get some honey and stuff. I think those that have hundreds of hives would have access to continually sell for a whole year. But with our small apiary, I don't know how many we can withstand.
Yeah.
You know.